Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks and another random destruction. We're up to number 22 this time, and I'm in my Motherland, tier 8 premium Russian medium, and it's a tier 9 match, standard battle, and we are on Abbey. Quick rundown of the stats of the Motherland. Tough as hell is one of them. Armour pen 183, it's not too bad, about average really for a tier 8. 250 damage with its 100mm, 7.5 rounds a minute, that's before equipment and skills. 0.36 accuracy, 2.4 second aiming time, which could be a bit better. 44 kilometers an hour, it is a little bit sluggish, just feels slightly underpowered. 42 degrees traverse on the hull, 40 on the turret, and yeah, an awesome 120mm of a very sloped armour on the front. 180 on the front turret, 120 on the side, 90 on the side of the hull, 45 on the rear of the hull, and 75 on the rear of the turret. And the reason, I think I've said before, why I gave a quick rundown of the tanks is for people new to the game who might be seeing the video and might be seeing this tank for the first time. They might only be at tier 3 and never seen a Motherland. Might be people who are new to the channel, people who are just not familiar. So quick rundown of the stats before we start. Obviously I go through into much more detail in the reviews, but yeah, give it a quick thingy, a quick run through for you. Like I say, people who don't know the tank now know what I'm working with. And I've always liked the Motherland. When the Motherland Op was on though, I didn't take as much advantage of the times 2 as I probably should have done, but that's because I got absolutely sick and tired of seeing the Motherland. If you guys remember, it was wall-to-wall Motherland, a bit like it is with the Hammer at the minute. And I must admit, I wasn't very good with my Motherland at first, and it got to a point where, because people couldn't penetrate it and didn't know how to deal with them, they just spammed premium ammo at you, which more or less negated your armour. But you angle this thing properly and you can bounce shots all day long. I've bounced 5,500 off this before, and that was in a tier 8 match I think, or tier 9. I know it was tier 8s that were shooting at me, I can't remember what tier match it was though. Anyway, down on this corner, it's a little bit crowded to be honest. If you look at the spread of the map, it's not been very good. Somebody knocked a tree over, which is really hindering my ability to sort of shoot. It's just getting in the way. And I'm looking at the western flank on the map, down the 1 and 2 line, and I think, you know, we're too crowded on this corner, there's too many of us down this side of the map. That guy is about to die on that western flank. There's nothing I can do about him, but they're going to, from there, sweep straight into our base, and there is something I can do about that. So I decided to come up and over this way instead of going all the way back up and across. And yeah, I'm letting those guys know, look, pay attention here. And do you know what? I think, well, the only person that seems to is that heavy just on the very top of the eastern road in B8 T32. In fact, I actually turned to him to say follow me, but just as I say, he's already started. So he's basically paying attention to the map, or he's paying attention to me, one or the other. Either one's good enough. Yep, there we go, get him to follow me. But anybody with eyes could see that that was going to happen. Basically, that western flank was lost. They were going to come straight for the base, and I was hoping to get up here without being seen, but the 6th sense has gone off. I do have quite a good crew in this. Not a brilliant crew, but quite a good crew. So there's me and a T32. It looked like there were at least 3 tanks coming this way. I don't know what there is that we have to deal with. Be cautious, angle properly, you can bounce from a Tiger 2. Here he is, put one into his side, T32 finishes him off. Lovely bit of teamwork. Now, there's a full health Tortoise. That could be an issue. Oh, something snuck up behind me. And, yeah, I've been going about map awareness. My own was lacking there, and I allowed a Centurion to sneak up behind me. Put a shot into him, he manages to get another one into me though, and then the T32 finishes him off. Tortoise finishes off the T32. So I've just lost most of my health, and that was through poor map awareness. See what it can do to you, girls and boys. It can be very detrimental to your tank's health. Right, so anyway, I have let myself drop off radar, and let the Tortoise drop off radar, and then I'm going to swing round behind him, and hopefully he's going to come straight up into base. I can swing round behind him. Fingers crossed. My plan is to track him and then try and keep him tracked. I didn't think tortoises were that fast. Or was he closer than I thought? What the bloody hell is he? He can't have got all the way into base already, could he?
They're trying to capture our base.
Yep. Yes, he could. Well, he's got a rocket up his arse. Right. Now, let's use the wreck of his former comrade, this Tiger 2. And you want to deal with the Tortoise? You've got to hit that weak spot. And let's see if we can track him first. Go for the front drive wheel. And I think I tracked him, but he was very, very quick on the repair kit there. And yeah, there's no point tracking him now, he's already facing me. But, again, weak spot on top. Bit of angling. And even though this has not really got any gun depression to speak of, it's just enough to accentuate the angle on that front armour. And it's making it very, very bouncy. Now, I'm not entirely sure what gun he's got there. I thought it was a 20 pounder from the rate of fire, but his rate of fire seems to be similar to mine, so I'm guessing it might be the big one, 120 mil. Because if that was a 20 pounder, that'd be firing a lot quicker, yeah?
Enemy armor is damaged.
Well, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm pretty sure he's got the big gun on that. Because, like I say, I think he'll be firing a lot quicker. And there we go, managed to finish him off just by going for that weak spot. Tortoises are very tough from the front if you can hide that monstrous weak spot on top. If not, you just got to wiggle it as best you can and hope and pray, really, that your enemy is either an idiot, either doesn't know where to shoot a tortoise, or is an incredibly bad shot. But yeah, it is a good tank from the front, it really is, but you've really got to hide that weak spot. It's such a... well, it's such a weak spot. But it's just a bit too... I don't know. I mean, even though it allowed me to kill that tortoise, I still think it's a bit too much of a weak spot, if you get my meaning. I mean, there's other tank destroyers that they don't really have the sort of horrible frontal weak spot that they do, and you do have to flank them. You just can't pen them from the front, or if you can, you know, you've got to have a very, very high penetration gun yourself. But yeah, anyway, work my way along here because they're shouting for help. There's a CDC and a T10, and there's something up to my left, but you'll notice I'm sat back from these bushes, and you know, a lot of you will already know this, but a lot of people don't. If you sit in the bush, when you fire, they lose their camouflage rating, their concealment bonus. So you sit behind them. You basically pull back so that the bushes aren't see-through anymore, shoot through them, and the bushes keep their concealment factor. And like I say, I know a lot of you know this, but a lot of people don't know this. And you've probably seen yourself a lot of people sitting in bushes and then acting very surprised when they get shot at. So, managed to finish off the T10 and the CDC, which was nice. And now all there is the T32, and one of the guys spectating, and I don't know if it's Polish or Russian, is pinging the map, and I'm guessing, the only thing I can guess is that he's basically saying, look, go and cap. Either that, or is trying to get the attention of that IS-3, because that IS-3 is on full health, and I am really not. So, regardless of what people want me to do, this is a time where I think I'm going to do this, you know, capping seems to be the smart choice. I know there's two of us, but I'm potentially a one-shot kill for that T-32. They do, what is it, 320 average damage, I've got like 334 health, something like that. So yeah, he could potentially one-shot me. And I know I've got good frontal armour, but he's got good penetration, especially in his premium rounds. And he's taller than me, so if he's close up, it flattens out the front of my armour ever so slightly. So I'm going to get into cap, I'm going to use the wreck of this guy as a bit of cover. And then you may hear this guy come over the headset now. I don't know if he's Russian or Polish, like I say, I'm afraid I don't know the difference, and I apologise for that if that offends anybody. But I can't tell the difference. But he seems to be wanting the IS-3 to go and take out the T-32, I think. That seems to be the impression I'm getting. It keeps pinging his area and then it's like pinging where the T-32 was. So I don't know, but I'll go for a bit of a side scraping manoeuvre, use this guy as cover, and I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to go for the cap. If that IS-3 wants to go out there and try and take on that T-32, I will provide him with as much support as I can from here. And if he moves out of my line of fight, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to go for the win here. And like I say, I think capping was the smart thing to do. It's made him come out anyway. You know, he's got to come and try and interrupt the cap. So he's got to come out into the open. But I do not want to risk taking a hit here. And there we go. And again, there I would say that capping was probably the smart choice from my point of view. But again, if you disagree with me or you think something different, leave it in the comments and let me know. Let me know if you think I should have gone after that T-32 as well. But I got a first class mastery out of that, and that was my first mark of excellence on the Motherland. And yeah, I said I was crap in it when I first got it, and then I stopped playing it for a while, then I've gone back in it again, and I've been building up my wrecked damage standing and got my first mark of excellence. I don't think I've had loads of battles in it, but I've had more than I have in some of the tanks I got marks of excellence on. And that's because I sort of wrecked my damage standing when there were just crap loads of Motherlands knocking about and everyone was just spamming premium ammo at you. It really did knock it down a few. Anyway, came top of the table as well. That's always nice when you're not top tier. It's even better when you're bottom tier and you come top of the table. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Anyway, got another replay coming up for you in a minute, and it's in a tank that I hated and I'm still not sure about. VK4502A. Right, so here we are. It's port. It's in the snow. Standard battle again, and it's a tier 8 match, and I'm in the VK4502A, the other German tier 8 heavy. The other one, of course, being the Tiger 2. Now, I've not played the Tiger 2, but this seems very different from the Tiger 2. I do have it fully upgraded, and you'll wonder why I'm actually just sat here doing nothing, and I think it's because the match started. Then one of my kids wanted something, so obviously I went to fetch it for them, and then I had to come back to the match. And I don't do that very often, but every now and again, you know, you do these things, don't you, for your kids. So anyway, I've got it fully upgraded now. It's got the 10.5cm or 105mm, 200mm a pen, 320 damage, 5.9 rounds a minute before any equipment and skills. I have no equipment on this at all, and I don't think I've got a very skilled crew either. 0.37 accuracy, 2.3 second aiming time. Fairly nippy at 38 km an hour with an 840 horsepower engine. Bit sluggish on the turn though at 28 degrees and 25 degrees for the hull and turret. Now the armour not quite as good as the Tiger 2, not quite as sloped either at 120mm, 80 on the side of the hull and rear, 185 on the front of the turret when it's fully upgraded, and 80 on the side and the rear. Not a big difference really in the premium ammunition either at 244. Now, I've not had it fully upgraded for long. I think this is about my second or my third match with it fully upgraded, possibly my third. And up until this match, I really didn't care for this. In fact, before it was fully upgraded, I hated it. It got the long 88 on it, which is a good gun. But it was just so sluggish, and I hated the damn thing. But I have since figured out how to play it. Well, you see from this match. So I figured it out a bit more, and this is the match that made me think, actually, this thing isn't too bad. And let's see if we can get rid of this Panther 2 up there. But yeah, you have to play this more like a medium. More like a heavy medium, rather than a heavy. And I think if you can do that, then you'll not go far wrong. In fact, yeah, that was a bit of a derp on that Jagdpanther 2. In fact, yeah, it reminds me actually of the FCM 50T or the Liberté for that matter. That's a heavy tank to play more like a medium as well. Although this isn't as mobile. Managed to shoot through the wall, get the Jagdpanther a big hit in the side. See if I can finish him off. Yes, I can. Lovely. Right, now, it's a bit of a slugfest on this corner at the minute. Try and get rid of that Panther 2, and the other Jagdpanther 2 managed to get it through his lower plate. That was well angled. That was lucky that went through. That was a 50-50, I would have said. And the Panther 2's coming back to have a go, and he goes through my lower plate, but I go through his in return and get a slightly high roll there. I think was that 345. 320 is the average, and something snuck up on us. It's T-37. No problem. A quick little auto lock there, a cheeky little auto aim. Right, reload, and let's have another go at this Panther 2. Through the lower plate, that was slightly low roll, and he bounces as I'm pulling back. The Jag Panther's got round behind us. Is the Hammer going to be able to finish him off? He is, good lad. Oh, but the Panther 2 finishes off that tank just behind me, and I get a retribution kill on the Panther 2. Right, now, corner secure. Breathe for a minute, look at the map. There's nobody on the map. Okay, where is everybody? And, yeah, I'd seen them about to go towards base, and as you can see there, I'd actually said defend base, and that is exactly where I am going now. I'm heading back down that way to start protecting base and swinging around. In fact, there you go. There's a tank destroyer just about to go into our cap circle. Low health Hammer. What else is down here? Full health IS. I have to be careful. He's got 175mm pen. It'll go through my lower plate if I'm not careful. He'll struggle with the front of my turret. And what was that? There was another low health medium. And really donked that shot. Should have waited for that to aim. But I bounced one in return from the IS, I'm assuming. And it looks like we've got somebody going back to try and reset cap, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that they can actually do it and manage. And can I get a shot down there? Not quite. That Hammer, you could sneeze on him and he'd be dead. In fact, there you go. Somebody's finished him off. Good. And the scores are close at 10-11. 10-12 now in their favour. Right. Got to take care of this IS. Put a nice one into his side. I didn't quite realise how close I was, and I'm now trying to return an angle, get alongside him, and it looks like my tracks ate that, so I was lucky. Put another nice one through his side, and RNG's has blessed me slightly there with a high roll at 349. Not maximum roll, you know, I'm not going to be ungrateful. And finish off the easy 8. That was lucky. I think he penned me and did a little bit of damage, but I'm not quite sure. And that IS is round the other side of this train track, and I've got to be careful. But I can take a hit, and I'm expecting to take one. There you go. And then artillery hits me as well. And I'm pretty sure it's a Burt. And as you can see, I'm having a bit of a problem with, like, yeah, that's a Burt's. Definitely a Burt's rate of fire. And as you can see, I'm having issues with the lag here. And I know I'm still spotted, but I was hoping he wasn't paying attention, and he wasn't. So I managed to get around behind him, put one into him, and thankfully my tracks eat the return one. But Burt is giving me shit. He really is. Killed my loader, shaving off my health. I managed to finish off the IS by swinging around the corner. That was lucky that I got my shell off first. And I need to just get out of the way of Burt. Ooh, he's really got a hard on for me. Dodging through these trains, he's got a high arc of fire, so the trains won't provide much cover, but if I'm off radar, that should do him. And the Hammer manages to take out that medium by base, so now it's just Burt that's left. Yes, Burt is a dangerous opponent. It's like the death by 1,000 cuts, and he is fast enough and accurate enough to keep you tracked if your repair skill isn't very good. And if that happens and you've already burnt your repair kit, you're in trouble, because he will just keep dropping shells on you until you are dead. And it is incredibly frustrating when it happens to you, and it is incredibly good fun when you do it to somebody else. But now we've got to find the little bugger, and he is fast, and he is sneaky. Now, those shells were coming from this direction somewhere. Where the hell is he? There he is. He's on the bridge. Now, can I back up and get a shot at him? No, he's making a run down the bridge. Now am I quick enough to catch him before he gets off the end of the bridge? And that's the question. And it's at this point that I look up at my kills and realise I'm on 5 and there's a top gun on the table here. So fingers crossed I can get up here before he gets off the end of the bridge and finish him off with that top gun. Come on. Oh, this is painfully slow. Come on, where is he? Damn this German gun depression. And for a second I thought that was him, but it wasn't. It was, I think it was the carcass of our RT just flashing up. Yeah, he's got off the bridge. Or has it? No, he's coming back. Oh, and he's fired and he's missed. And a fire on the move. That was so lucky. Firing on the move at full speed, and it goes dead on where I aim. And that lucky shot where RNGs has smiled down on me got me the top gun. And that was the match that made me change my mind about that tank. 3,640 damage done, high caliber, hand of God, first class mastery and a top gun, and 1,000 blocked as well. But yeah, that was the match that made me change my mind. I really didn't care for that tank before that match, but after that one, yeah, I quite like it now. But you've got, like I say, you've got to use it like a heavy medium. You can't really use it like a heavy, not like you can a Tiger 2, for instance. Anyway, as always, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I've certainly enjoyed making these videos for you, and I've certainly enjoyed playing this game. And if you have, don't forget to leave a like or a subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And if you've got any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comments below and I'll try and answer you back. So, as always, take care out there. I will catch you next time. See you later.